Okay, so, hi Jana.
Hi.
Jana and I met tonight. I have a feeling Jana and I are also going to be friends. I'm super excited.
Clearly.
So Jana is a senior manager of customer success at Smartsheet, which is a work collaboration platform. Who has not heard of Smartsheet?
Oh, okay. Be brave.
Couple of
Okay,
you.
all right.
Okay,
I've
great.
got cards afterwards.
For those of you who use it, Jana might help you if you call in. She focuses on helping others build resilience and grab opportunities no matter where life takes them. Nice. Jana's a Texan. She's lived here for 13 years, but still calls herself a Texan. And her partner is, in fact, the highest advocate living in Seattle of Texas. So if you ever need to someone to represent Texas, make us your guy.
Yes.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Hi, you guys. I'm so glad to be here. Well, I should say y'all, because I'm tell you, the accent comes and goes. It gets worse when I am tired or talking to my mama, and so I'm a little tired tonight, so it might come out. Who knows? So I am so glad to be here with you guys tonight. Hannah, where are you, Hannah? Raise your hand. Oh, there you are. When Hannah invited me, it was such an honor to have a chance to come talk to you guys about my favorite topics, which is empowering women and everyone, because I'm so proud of the guys that are here tonight. That took a lot of guts to come. So my husband Nick is here tonight. I know, he's a token white guy, and I like it. It's really, really wonderful. So thank you. Say it again.
Oh, there are two more white dudes.
Oh yeah, two more. I know. But Nick didn't know if there would be. So came on faith. This is great. So tonight, what I'd love to talk with you guys about, the topic is called The Mentor You Didn't Expect. And it's very mysterious, I know. I like to surprise. So tonight, we think about mentors, and I've been involved in women's professional development and kind of these circles of ambitious, awesome women for a long time. And one thing we talk about a lot is this idea of mentorship. And how do you get a mentor? Who's going to be your mentor? Beth, you're talking about, talking about having an advocate. And that sort of thing is incredibly important along your career path. But let me ask you, who here has a mentor right now? Okay, cool. Who here would like a mentor? Yeah, right? See, there's a gap there. And what that gap is in a lot of cases is because there's just maybe not somebody that is kind of ahead of you in life, kind of further down the industry, further along in their career. No one there that you know, no one you've been able to connect with, it's just been hard to get on a calendar, whatever that might be. It's not that easy. And I want to tell you guys, it's true, it's not that easy to get a mentor and have that kind of steady relationship, someone there to help you along the whole way. So I would like to challenge the idea that a mentor is someone that needs to be further along in their career than you, someone who's in your industry or a similar industry, or just someone that you can look up to and, oh, they're up there, I want to get up there one day. I want to challenge that idea. Because I think that the mentors, the very best mentors that I've had in my life, and I've seen this happen again and again, are your peers. It is people at the same level of career as you, the same experience level. It's just the action of mentoring is far more important than who you're getting information from or advice from and help from. That's not the key part. So to explain this, I'd like to share a little bit about my story. So my story, and you might notice I'm sitting here on the chair. You might see my hand shaking a little bit. My story actually starts in about 2009. 2009, Nick and I had moved up here a couple years before from Texas. In 2009, I got the flu. I got the regular old flu, wasn't the cool swine flu or the bird flu, none of those sexy flus, this is just the regular flu. And I got it, and I went from just having a sore throat and a flu to 3 weeks later being in the ICU with 8% heart function. The flu just killed off a bunch of my heart muscle. That's what it did. It can happen sometimes. It's pretty rare, but it can happen. It's called viral cardiomyopathy. And so that completely knocked me off my feet. Before that, I had been, I worked here in Seattle in the health insurance industry. I was in account management, so I had customers all over the city, and I would travel, and I loved my job, and it was fantastic. And then within the course of a week or two, I had to quit my job, to go on disability. I could barely brush my teeth without having to stop and take a break. I mean, I was stopped in my tracks. And so, over the next year, I recovered not recovered, I shouldn't say that, but I got to learn about the new normal with Nick. Nick was there for every single step of the way. And I had to figure out what the heck was my next step. What was I gonna do? Because I am a doer and a goer and how in the world I just can't sit still. This is wasting time. The clock is flying. What's going on? So I decided that, well, I was talking with Nick about this, and he's like, you should go back to school. I was like, well, I've been to school. What are you talking about? No, you should get your MBA. And I was like, are you joking? I have now 21% heart function. Are you nuts? But I thought, you know what, maybe I could. So I applied and got into Foster at UW and did the evening MBA program and started the process. And it was hard, but it was so fun. I loved it. I had something to do again. I had something to use my brain for, and it felt like I was moving forward. And so fast forward a couple, like maybe it's a 3-year program, so 2 years in, I was trying to figure out what the heck am I going to do next. Because I was getting a little better over time, not totally better, but like my energy was coming back somewhat, and I was figuring out how to live a life with this condition. So about a year before graduation, I read the book Lean In. Who's read Lean In or heard of it? Yeah. So Lean In, for those of you who don't know about it, is a book. It's kind of about understanding why there aren't more women in leadership and in kind of positions of power in like companies and organizations around the world. And one of the things, there's a lot of pieces to it, there's a whole lot, but one of the things that really resonated with me was this idea of we hold ourselves back. A lot of times we hold ourselves back where we say to ourselves, you know what, that job's really cool, but I don't have all the experience I need. Oh, I looked at the job description, and I mean, there's 10 things there. I can do 8 of them really well, but those 2, I can't quite do those 2 things. I better not. No, I know I shouldn't, but or I don't even know if I'll be able to do a good job of it. How can I take this job and promise I'm going to do a good job if I can't do all 10 things? So the book challenged that, and my eyes were open. I thought, my God, I've been doing this forever. And so it made me want to continue thinking about this. And at the end of the book, Sheryl Sandberg, Share Bear as I call her, she suggests, if you want to continue the conversation, to start a Lean In Circle, which is a small group of women that meet usually once a month, maybe 6 to 8 women who get together, and they are peer mentors for each other. So the idea is really to get people that are in your same kind of career stage. So we're not talking about people who are mentoring other people in the circle. No, this is the same kind of stage. People who are doing the same kind of thing as you. No one's really above anyone else in terms of like, oh, this is the smart one, we're gonna listen to her. Like, that's not the thing, right? Everybody's pretty equal in it. So, started one of these. It was amazing. Started some other ones. It's continued to grow. You check out leaninseattle.org, and it's 2,000 members now, and it's amazing. But those small groups have changed my life. And when I say that, I mean that because there have been so many things as I have gotten back into the workforce, and I have overcome a lot of fear and anxiety that I couldn't have done, honestly, without my group of peers, my mentors. And I say this, so some examples are, whenever I was looking for a job and I was going to graduate, I had actually amazingly gotten well enough to where I thought I could probably have a job, could get a full-time job, which was amazing. But I knew I hadn't been working for 3.5 years. What the heck? That's a long time. And I wanted to change industries. I wanted to leave health insurance and get into tech. And I was sick still, kind of, you know? I mean, I was better, but I still didn't. I was going to the hospital a lot. I'd be admitted. Who knew it was going to happen? So I had all these things that were these voices in my head, right? The voices talking to me all the time, saying, oh, no, not that, not for you, no. And my mentor group would say, are you joking? Are you kidding me? No, Jana, for one thing, okay, yeah, you have 2.5 years. You've been to business school. You've been working on consulting projects. Here are the 14 projects that we've talked about. So they like gave me that list, right? They gave me that evidence that could show me, okay, yeah, maybe I could. Well, guys, but I'm moving to tech. I don't know anything about tech. You haven't even taken all these tech classes. You know everything about it. You've been doing all these consulting projects. You can talk about it. Well, guys, I'm sick. I'm still sick. There are things called work at home. Like, you can work from home. This is not a crisis. You have a computer. You don't have to get a grant for one. Like, you have a computer. It's fine. And so I had this group of people telling me, you are nuts. Go handle this. Go do this. And so that completely changed the trajectory of my career, to where I went and I applied for a job that I had no business applying for in a tech company. And I had a list of things, requirements in terms of, hey, I need to work from home sometimes. Hey, I need some extra sick time. Hey, I need these things. And I got it all. I got every single thing. And I never would have had the guts to ask, never in a million years, if I had just been listening to the own voices in my head. Because they didn't believe enough in me. And isn't that crazy? I'm a pretty confident person, but no, I was putting these limitations on myself. So, I would say that if you're looking for mentors, look around you. Maybe don't look up. Look up, sure, that's fine. Look to where people are on pedestals, that's okay. But also look right around you. Look for those people that have that spark. Look for those people that have that twinkle in their eye, that want to come to things like this tonight, and that want to read books, and that want to sit around and just gab about strategy and business and career path and all these things. You know who those people are. Talk to them, and they can become your peer mentor. So I would say there's a few things to think about whenever you are having a peer mentorship, if you're going to think about this kind of a arrangement, we can even call it. So with a peer mentorship, it helps you have space to think about these things in your life. It gives you spot in your brain to say, okay, I'm going to be really intentional about my career, and I'm going to talk about these things that are on the hard side, or that are on the really big opportunity side, and I'm going to dedicate that time to myself, and I'm also going to dedicate that to someone else. I'm going to give that back. It's not just for me, it's for both of us, and that's the peer part. You need that support. So that's really why this is critically important, because you don't just need that support. The other person needs that support too. You need to be thinking, you need to be their champion. You need to be their advocate if you can be. And then you really need accountability. That's another piece of this, right? You need to say those words out loud. Wow, I really want that job, so that another person in this world knows about it and can ask you about it, can send you a text message about it. That's really important. So I'm getting the 2-minute signal here, so I could go on about this stuff forever, but those are the really important things. And so if you want, go check out leaninseattle.org. They have circle matching events if you want to be interested in that, but also just look around you. Just talk to the people that you know that have that spark, that you think would be supportive of you and that you could be supportive of them, and that is where your mentor is. And the side postscript to this is in 2016, I got a heart transplant. And yeah, that's it, right? Yes. From an amazing donor. I don't know who the donor is. I think it was a young man. And my life has completely changed. I would not be here, I would not be alive without my organ donor. And so it's amazing and wonderful. And I still sometimes shake, and I still kind of need to sit down sometimes, but my life is different. I would be dead without this, and I am here tonight talking to you, and I have my peers that I mentor, and I have an amazing job, and I'm an amazing husband who has saved my bacon 100,000 times. And you know what? Calling 911, we've done it a lot. Big thank you over there. So that is just a snippet of why I think that you all can have amazing mentors, and they're probably sitting in this room tonight. So thank you guys.